Nation, these are the headlines. Tasked by the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, the Minister of Interior extends his condolences to the families of the victims of the latest weather fluctuations in Sila and affirms the government's devotion to handle the situation and take care of those affected. In New York, Algeria showcases its experience and ambitious strategy in artificial intelligence governance. The Makhzana regime oppresses protesters demanding decent living conditions and social justice. In France, the future remains uncertain as the political crisis worsens the situation. Welcome back. Tasked by the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, the Minister of Interior, Local Communities and Transport, Said Sayoud, visited this Sunday the municipality of Sidi Issa in the province of Msila to inquire about the damage caused by the recent floods in the region. The Minister of Interior extended the condolences of the President of the Republic to the families of the victims, affirming that the situation will be seriously handled. He highlighted the necessity of finding sustainable solutions instead of temporary measures. As part of his participation in the works of the high-level segment of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, the State Minister of Foreign Affairs, National Community Abroad and African Affairs, Ahmed Attaf, held on Sunday bilateral talks with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Federal Republic of Germany, Johann Vadhul. It was an occasion to review the privileged political dialogue and the strong economic partnership between Algeria and Germany, and discuss the perspective of reinforcing these bilateral relations in order to prepare the upcoming visit of the President of the Republic to Germany. The two ministers also discussed regional and international issues such as the situation in the Middle East and the recent developments in the Sahel region. The Minister of Foreign Affairs also held talks with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, Mohammed Islam Baysat. This meeting was the opportunity to discuss the latest developments of the Sahrawi cause in preparation of the upcoming UN meetings related to this case. It was also the occasion to review the expressed positions during the General Assembly debate, marked by a constant support to the inalienable right of the Sahrawi people to self-determination according to the principles of international law and to the UN resolutions. In New York, Ahmed Attaf held bilateral talks with the General Director of the International Organization for Migration, Amy Pope. The meeting was an occasion to review the different aspects of the institutional cooperation between Algeria and the IOM and examine the ways to reinforce them for a better handling of the problematic situations related to migration before the expected visit of Amy Pope to Algeria. In a speech held during his participation in the high-level meeting for the start of the global dialogue on artificial intelligence governance on the sideline of the 80th session of the UN General Assembly, the Minister of Labour, Employment and Social Security, Abdelhak Seihi, reaffirmed Algeria's devotion to actively participate in this global dialogue, highlighting the importance of adopting a balanced approach that allows people to express their vision regarding the AI governance. The minister highlighted the President of the Republic's prospective vision that was materialized through an ambitious national strategy aiming at adopting and using AI as an efficient tool to boost the development and modernize public administration and improve its performance. In the context of the Algerian-American cooperation, the Assistant State Secretary of the United States, Christopher Lando, reaffirmed his country's aspiration to reinforce the economic relations with Algeria, highlighting the existence of various beneficial opportunities for both countries. This declaration was destined to the Algerian people through a video shared on the official page of the American Embassy in Algeria. We'll listen.
Hi. I'm Christopher Landau, the Deputy Secretary of State of the United States of America, and this is a message to the great people of Algeria. One of the most exciting things I've been working on lately is opening up the commercial relationship between our two great countries. I think there's amazing opportunities that benefit your people and ours. I was delighted to meet with your foreign minister yesterday in New York to discuss some of these opportunities. I look forward to the chance to visit Algeria. And again, I just want to say how excited I am about the chance for our countries to come closer together and have both of our peoples become more prosperous. Thank you so much.
An Algerian-American mission promoting entrepreneurship and innovation took Algerian startups to San Francisco, where they explored U.S. tech ecosystems and exchanged with experts in investment. Najah Tiyar has the details.
A delegation of Algerian startups has embarked on a mission to San Francisco. After touring some of the city's historic sites, they were received at the Consulate General of Algeria and met prominent representatives of the American economic world, opening the door to potential partnerships and future collaborations. We visited historic sites in San Francisco and were welcomed at the Algerian consulate, where we met the council. We also met influential figures from the economic sector here in the USA. Practical workshops were also organized for the Algerian startups, led by experts and local business leaders. These sessions enabled them to acquire the necessary tools to attract investors and secure contracts in Silicon Valley. Storytelling is very important during the first contact with investors, as it helps capture attention and highlight the company's value. Instead of focusing on the technical features of the product, one should first tell its story, the values it represents, its impact on people's lives, and the journey of those who use it.
I think this was very beneficial. The message that was most important for me to send was about connectivity and networking and creating a community. I think marketing is all about getting you to do something or think something.
By exploring the U.S. innovation hubs, the Algerian delegation expanded its vision, gained practical expertise, and built experiences that pave the way for international partnerships and alignment with global standards.
From the US to Central Europe, where 23 Algerian startups took part in an exchange visit to Celje in Slovenia under the Algerian-Slovenian Exchange Program, a program initiated by the Ministry of Knowledge Economy, Startups and Micro-Enterprises, opening new horizons to global partnerships and mutual project development. Report taken up by Manel Boubagra.
A journey to discover the Slovenian methods in creating business-driven environments. That was the main focus of the Algerian delegation, made up of 23 startups. Led by Algeria Venture, the delegation was introduced to the projects of the Slainski incubator within the region, as well as its roles in supporting these businesses, whether it is through its unwavering guidance, available resources, or through different trainings. Within this entrepreneurial space, many startups have opened their doors to the Algerian delegation in hopes to exchange their experience and expertise.
We're here today in order to learn from the expertise of the incubators and to learn more about its activities in different domains. We have exchanged thoughts and ideas specifically in robotics and digital services, since they are quite experienced in these fields.
We are very pleased and happy that the startup delegation from Algeria came to visit our incubator, especially because this is the opportunity that our startups and Algerian startups connect and find common projects, common cooperations and partnership.
This golden opportunity allowed the participants to connect and find common partnership grounds, discovering each other's working environments and building a deeper understanding of the similarities and differences between Slovenia and Algeria.
Today we have heard some very interesting Algerian companies and startups that are searching for some collaboration between our companies in Italia, and I think that we have already started getting some aligned projects that we could work together.
Many ideas and opinions have been shared specifically regarding future partnership between the startups in both countries.
ASAP, an exceptional window for Algerian entrepreneurs, helping them discover an international business landscape and opening a new scope for potential major international projects and long-term partnerships that both parties aspire to have.
So that was a report made by Yassine Hosseini and taken up by Manal Boubagara. Palestine now, as the genocide is still ongoing in Gaza. More than 23 Palestinians have been murdered in the last 24 hours, thus worsening the death toll since the 7th of October to 66,005 martyrs and 168,162 injured, according to the Palestinian health authorities. 13,137 Palestinians were murdered and 56,121 others were injured since the resume of the Zionist attacks on the 18th of March, while several corpses are still under the rubble. The Smara camp for Sahrawi refugees hosted the Intellectual and Solidarity Trade Union Conference organized by the union workers of Saqi al-Hamra and Wad al-Dahab. It was the occasion to remember the sacrifice of the Sahrawi workers and highlight the role of union diplomacy in defending the Sahrawi cause. In Morocco, popular anger is escalating with demands for bread and dignity. Demands that have been met with a wave of repression and arrests, a violation of basic rights. This has drawn condemnations from human rights organizations that describe the move as a dangerous security breach that could further worsen the situation. Details with Daniel Bahri.
Voices of anger rise. The youth deprived of dreams and the mothers and fathers exhausted from the struggle to provide bread for their children, now standing against a system known for its tyranny and disregard for its people. The repression from the police and authorities was very heavy. They didn't let us express our voices. We marched peacefully with no stones and no sticks. We were peaceful, yet we were repressed harshly. Rabat, Casablanca, Tanger, Agadir. It's the cry of a whole nation. Protests against the Makhzen system on a scale never seen before. This time may their voices be heard, united and strong. The same demands the Moroccan people have raised again and again, but always ignored. The simplest services, education, health and more have collapsed, exhausting the people. We lost trust in this government and the entire parliament. The people didn't only protest against discrimination, corruption and bureaucracy, but now they find themselves chained, dragged to arrests, locked in cells they know nothing about. Mass arrests and tragic scenes didn't stop at youth, lawyers or human rights defenders. They also reached women in shameful scenes. Yet the arrests and abuses didn't silence the protesters who were denied even their constitutional right to peaceful protest. Instead, it gave them louder cries and more anger. We spoke of our rights. We are oppressed, humiliated, marginalized. Life is too expensive. Since some up years of oppression, where corruption, weakness and bureaucracy turned into tools of humiliation, and yet popular anger has only deepened, refusing to fade into silence.
France is sinking into a mounting crisis where soaring debt, austerity and political uncertainty are threatening democracy. Najah Tiyar with the details.
According to France's National Institute of Statistics and Economic Studies, public debt surged by more than 70 billion euros in just 3 months, driving the debt ratio to over 115% of GDP. Behind these figures lies a grim reality: economic stagnation, social decline, and deepening political uncertainty are weighing heavily on the country.
La cause de la crise.
The cause of the crisis is the very policy intended to be pursued. If it continues, the situation will worsen instead of being resolved. Indeed, there are two approaches: the supply-side policy, cutting labor costs and slashing public spending, and on the other hand, the ecological and social recovery plan that we advocate.
Écologique et sociale que nous portons.
NGOs warn that France is drifting from its democratic principles as austerity policies and repeated breaches of the rule of law erode the social contract and leave farmers among the first victims. For years, we have been voicing our despair, but sadly, we see little sign of improvement. We had many hopes, but none materialized on our farms. Above all, our finances are in critical condition, and there's no way they can improve. Things are getting worse and worse. I've managed to hold on until the next harvest in July, but only by taking out loans to recover my expenses. Now I'm being forced to borrow another 100,000 euros. I only have 120 hectares, and sadly, it's no longer viable today. France's deep political and economic crisis is laid bare in the growing use of control and coercion against its own people.
And we wrap up our edition with sports, as the Algerian champion Nassima Saifi offered Algeria its first gold medal at the World Parathletic Games in New Delhi in the women's discus throw specialty with a distance of 34.54 meters. Walid Farhah also won the gold medal in the men's club throw with a distance of 39.77 meters. For his part, Ahmed Mehidab managed to get the silver medal, while Abdel Haq Misuni was ranked at the 4th position. And we wrap up with this. And with this, we come to the end of our edition. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. Have a good night.